grew up Jewish and was not an emphasis on ish. I was told everything was supposed to be X, Y, and Z, but I really never had a faith per se. And I didn't know that I didn't know, and I didn't know that I lacked that. I grew up Reform, which is the most lenient of Judaism, and my parents were very much about pushing what they also could never explain. Nonetheless, when I came to see Kimberly, I had some health issues I wanted to deal with, and I had a benign tumor in my breast for 20-something years. It was benign, and breast cancer was really prevalent in my family, but nonetheless, it didn't need to be taking space in my body. So when we first, as time went on, and she had healed me in some miracle, more, I should say, more minor ways, but even still magical and mind-blowing. For example, hanging out with her one day, we both randomly had an audition at the same place and went together, and I suddenly had a crazy pain and twisted my ankle and could not put pressure on it, and she healed me like in 5 minutes, and it was completely gone. And I'm like, and that's the stuff where you can't deny until it happens to you. But back to the bigger picture was that we had worked on removing the growths I had. I'm very cystic in general, but this was a growth that they thought could potentially become cancerous one day, and those are the ones you want to keep your eye on. And I just did not seem to have, when she prayed on me, she could tell when she was doing her work that I was not involved in what is now the trilogy of her work, in the believing, and I wasn't. So here she is praying on me, and how's it going to work if I'm not a part of that belief? So needless to say, I was able to look at that, and as soon as I shifted my mentality, which was such an epiphany moment for me, I realized, you're right, I went through life being Jewish but not knowing what I believed in a higher power that is responsible for the gifts that she's the conduit of. And nonetheless, I shifted everything, and on this one particular day, she worked on the healing again, and it was gone, like in 5 minutes. And then I went to my fancy schmancy Beverly Hills breast surgeon, who I like a lot, and she claims to have grown up very Christian. She could not make eye contact with me when she saw it was gone, and she was so flabbergasted that she went back to do that same day different photos with the the ultrasound photos. She kept printing different ones as if that would change the story, and it didn't. And so she kept asking me, "What'd you do? What'd you do?" And I said, hands-on healer.